So, like, I have no idea what sounds they're making. Like, I can hear random... Hey, Marcus.
I'm not A-Trax.
And I'm Nick.
We are working class nerds.
Cue the intro. That's right, we are Working Class Nerds, the podcast that gives you no information about your favorite information.
Today is Thursday, February 1st, 2024, and you can find this 233 podcast on any podcast format you can find in the galaxy far, far away.
You can also find every single Working Class Nerds episode on YouTube. Just search for Working Class Nerds Podcast or go to youtube.com/@workingclassnerds. Click on playlist, click on Working Class Nerds, and boom! Every episode, past and present, right at your fingertips.
You can watch me completely fail at video games Tuesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays at kick.com/MarcusB814, twitch.tv/MarcusB814, and youtube.com/@workingclassnerds.
You can check out A-Trax over on Friday nights at 9:30 on the Best Coast time zone. That's East Coast. That is at twitch.tv/A_A-Trax.
And you can check out Dorito. This is a new creative writing project all about the search for the deafening silence in the Nerds Community Discord. You can grab the link for our Discord in the show notes below.
And just for the record, the deafening silence is Nick being locked in Imperial Command. But we're all on social media. I am at MarcusB814.
He's at A-Trax_A.
And I'm at Nick Vern. That's NACKVR in this week's episode. Excuse me. We are discussing our most memorable moments in gaming. Joining us in this conversation is the warlock of Wayfinder himself and mega Nerds community member. It's Rhaiu.
Just for the record, he's the overseer of the Nerds community.
Oh, excuse me. Yes.
I know it's been a while
say...
since you've coming out of your Imperial prison, so you might have missed that announcement.
I just wanted to say mega again. That's all. I miss saying mega. Like, I get it, but it was just a fun segment, you know? But anywho, Rhaiu, what have you been up to? How are things? Thanks for coming back on the show.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for having me back. Things have been going great. My daughter is 1 year old. So,
Whoa!
Yeah, that's a
Congrats.
big fun time. Thank you. Yeah, made it to the big old number one. She's walking and is very opinionated about every damn thing. What she wants to eat, doesn't want to eat. She's gotten to the point now where she's throwing her clothes just everywhere. So, you know, that's a fun adventure.
It sounds like she's like one going on like 16 or 15 or something.
Almost. The biting's there. The gnawing on everything that you go to sit there and you tickle her and then she just bites on you. It's just
lovely.
It's great. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful experience being a first time dad, and it's going all too fast. I didn't think she'd be one this quick, but here it is.
That's what they all say. Obviously not a parent yet, but
Yet. I like how you put that in there. TK427, remember that. If that discussion ever comes up again in the future.
That's what they all say, is that it goes super fast.
But it has certainly been a wonderful time, and spending time with my parents and seeing them act as grandparents and all the wonderful moments that have happened. But other than that, life is doing pretty well. Just continuing to work, talking with you guys outside of the podcast, the community, regular old life. Gaming wise, been kind of dabbling everywhere, man. New World had their expansion that they released, so did a bunch of that. Wayfinder, ever since the changes where they're taking over their publishing arm, has been all full head of steam. I mean, they've done a lot of revisions, a lot of updates. I got to play with Marcus a little bit on it, so he got to experience. So it's awesome to see that despite the bumps in the road these guys have experienced, they're still producing good content. Let's see. WoW Classic, Season of Discovery. Jumped into that on a PvP server just because that's old school WoW. Hogwarts Legacy has been a fun little family game. Got my wife into gaming on that one. She's a big Harry Potter fan, so
Nice.
it was fun to play that with her and experience it. She's excited for new updates and stuff that are coming down with that one. Pal World, that's recently come out, which I know everyone's all excited about.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Pal World.
That's been a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to some of the different things we'll have in the future with the rest of the community, along with Call of Duty. Modern Warfare 3 Season 1 is going to be closing out in the next couple of days, actually. It's been fun. I was telling Marcus I made a tanking build just because I got bored playing with regular guns. Nothing better than running out as a riot shield and pissing people off. So
Nice. That's sweet.
oh yeah, but other than that, man, how have you been, Nick?
I'm good. I have not been doing a lot of gaming, which is annoying, but I have been. I can't believe it's already Thursday again. Like, it felt like Thursday was like Tuesday of this week. Like, what did I do that I didn't play a lot of games? But I have been applying to a lot of jobs, which is kind of interesting. That's like its own game. It's like, I feel like it's I haven't like actually had to do that in like a long time. Like, or maybe ever, I guess. Like, actually like make a LinkedIn profile that looks professional and like get on like Indeed and all those sites and then like fill out the same information 4,000 times. It's like, if I have to answer, do you need a work visa? Like, do you need a sponsorship? It's like, are you a citizen? Like, are you legally allowed to work in the U.S.? Like, God damn it. Yes. No, yes, no, yes, no, no. Will you get a microchip implanted into your brain so that we can track you at all times?
Yes.
Just click yes. But anywho, I also finished the Bad Batch Season 2, which I forgot that I didn't finish.
Ugh.
And Season 3 comes out. It was okay. It was better than Season 1, but Season 1 was like a real turd. So besides
It's
the first
the
couple
worst show
episodes-
ever.
Yeah, Bad Batch is terrible. But Season 3 looks like kind of exciting because it's Ventress, but that's about it.
Well, it's going to be the whole reason why I'm going to watch it is because it's going to be the turn for Ventress to go from the light side to the dark side.
You mean the opposite? Dark side to the light side?
I was about to say Ventress is always dark side.
Yeah.
To the point.
Dark to light.
There you go.
Light to dark. Yes, you're right. I said it backwards.
Yeah. Well, you can see she has the yellow lightsaber, so she like purged her
Her
kyber
red
crystal.
crystal.
Yeah. Or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Also have a lot of schoolwork, and I am bad at writing papers. It takes me forever. I'm not good at starting them. Once I start them, it's okay, but it takes me forever.
Hey, I have 4 words for you. Chat GPT.
You can't use ChatGPT. They have stuff that detects that.
He missed all of that. He waited too long to get
Yeah,
that
like
into school.
wait,
If I was
you know,
in
you
school
just
in like 2020, it would have been fine. But they caught up. Like, it's already.
No, but like you use it and just change a shit ton of the words.
Yeah, but the amount of effort it would take to change all the words, I could just actually write the paper. You know what I mean? And like half the time, it's not even. Well, you can't have ChatGPT write a paper about me.
Okay, so can I let okay, well, whatever. ChatGPT can do anything.
It's not Gladys from Portal.
The cake is a lie.
Yeah.
All right, so your homework, Nick, this week is to sit down and tell TK427 that you're not doing house chores. You're going to play a video game for an hour.
I don't do any house chores. She does them all and then complains when I, like, inevitably fuck it all up. Like,
yeah, but what I'm
make a
saying,
mess.
well, the other thing, too, is, like, once you have your basement, your dungeon,
Yeah.
your Imperial prison finished, and then she can lock the door at the top of the stairs. Once you have that, I feel like you're going to have more time, like, to game.
Yeah, it's hard because I'm, in between the two places too. So it's like, I don't know. That's not that big a deal, I guess, in terms of gaming, but it's just tricky to to rock a rhyme that's right on time. You know what I mean?
I do.
It's a lot. It's just extra shit. That's all.
Yeah.
But that's all I got so far. Marcus, what have you been up to?
A lot. So, as you guys, if you were here in the pre-show, which will not be in the regular show, I've been playing a shit ton of 2-player Minecraft with my son. He's 5. He loves it. We build some ridiculous shit. And it's really interesting to watch my 5-year-old create what's in his mind. And, like,
Okay.
I try to tell people, like, my nephew would really thrive from Minecraft. And I've been telling his parents, you need to buy him this game. Like, it's really good. And, like, the creativity that comes out of my son when he's playing it is just like, I can sit there and watch him, and he's figured out how to build things, how to find things. Like, he digs trenches and he does the stairs going down because he knows you can't dig straight down or you're screwed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's so many things that he's learning, but the biggest thing is the creativity, how he knows that when you build a house, you have to put a roof on it because you're going to get soaked when it starts raining. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, the torches, right? The torches don't get blown out, but the point is,
it
he's
still
learning.
teaches him like
Yes.
logic and like
Yes.
deductive reasoning and,
Yes.
and like physics and stuff like that.
Yes. And it's really awesome. And then he'll build something that he's really sweet about, and then I'll build like this giant tower next to him, and he'll start deleting it as I'm building it. And it's actually pretty funny to watch because he gets so mad at me.
He's like, Dad, you're not. That's Trump like making his thing look bad.
But then I'll disappear and I'll start building something, and then I'll be like, Dad, come here and look what I built. I gave you a green bed, buddy. Green bed. And I'm like, all right, I like it.
That's cool.
So shout out to that. So I've been making a crap ton of videos. I've mostly been doing shorts.
Oh, wait. Also, this week Marcus is extra museum quality. His birthday was yesterday.
That's right, it was.
Yep, Saturday's my birthday stream. I was going to announce it when I go live. I wasn't going to tell anybody. And yeah. But fuckers. Anyways, so
wait, how old are you now?
I am 41.
50. Are you? Oh, well, that's funny. You're really 57. Okay.
No.
He's 41.
Yeah. No, if I was 57, that means my kids would be like old.
Yeah.
And like I would be like gaming all day, not talking to Carrie at all.
Yeah, I was trying to find an age joke in there. I didn't find it, but
It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah.
No, okay. You know you're old when your friend's daughter is in high school or a freshman in college, and she tells you how excited she is because she's going to a 90s house part, 90s party.
Damn.
And you look at her and go, why would you do that? It's like the worst.
It's not
Like,
that
what are you
dumb.
guys listening to? Oh, we're going to be listening to Nirvana. And I'm like, why the fuck would you ever want to listen to Nirvana?
Wow.
Well, I like Nirvana, but I
was
wouldn't
about
like
to say,
have
what's
that
wrong
at
with
like a
No.
party.
No,
It's not what I think of when I'm thinking of like partying
What?
music. You know.
It's not what I think. Well, I mean, if they're going with 90s themes.
yeah, they're going with 90s
sure.
themes.
Oh, yeah, that's
Dude,
perfect.
you were
Yeah, that's
listening to
perfect for that.
TLC's Waterfall, Coolio, Gangsta's Paradise, Tupac, California Love, and Nirvana. Oh, but then there's like really good bands like Stone Temple Pilots.
Yeah.
You know, like that's legit as fuck.
Yeah.
No, writing on that same note. So I actually, I asked my parents this. I said, at what point does your music become classic rock, or like the oldies? Because it's getting to that point where it's like the stuff that
I can answer
grew
this.
up with is trending in that direction.
So-
I worry.
Classic rock is labeled 25 years old.
Okay.
Oldies happen after 30. Okay, you want to hear how
that tight of a window?
Yeah,
That's
well,
weird.
maybe it's 35 years.
That's
Maybe
okay.
it's yeah. So, but hear me out. This is how fucking terrible my life is. So, like, I love like 60s, 70s, and 80s like rock, right?
Okay.
It's like my childhood, right?
Okay.
So there's this oldies station that plays all the music that I like, And so after the Christmas music is over, because as Nick knows, from Thanksgiving till New Year's, it's Christmas music only. Like, I don't listen to anything else. And I went to turn on my radio station when I got my work truck after Christmas, and it was gangster rap. The radio station sold its oldies rights to gangster rap. The oldie station, gone.
Wow.
So I was like, oh, I'll check the AM station. Gangster rap. I'm like, I'm devastated. I haven't listened to the radio, and I tried to listen to like one of the channels that was like smooth jazz, but I'm not a smooth jazz guy. I'm not a jazz flute guy.
Why are you listening to radio at all? Is my question.
Well, when I'm in the work,
it's 2024, man.
Yeah, but wait. Sometimes, like, I'll just put on the radio in the work van, like driving, when I don't feel like putting in an earbud.
Wait, the work van doesn't have Bluetooth?
No, it's no.
Aux cord.
It doesn't have an aux port?
No. Well, I don't have an aux
port.
Yeah, but
It
I don't
has
have
an aux
Cassette
port.
tape. You remember how you used to use like cassette tapes to use them
Dude,
to your phones?
so-
Yeah.
Come
So
on.
my brother-in-law just turned 40, and his buddy got him a T-shirt, and it had a floppy disk, a VHS tape, and a cassette, and underneath it says "Never Forget." And I was like, I want that shirt. Like, that's a legit fucking shirt.
That's a great shirt.
Yeah. Anyways, so I've been making videos, just shorts. I have not made any longer form videos. I'm learning the software. Are you guys there?
Yeah. You're really choppy, though.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was looking, is it?
You guys are frozen on my end.
Can you hear it? I
Yeah.
can hear everybody fine. Yeah, you're pretty much frozen. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what's going on with Discord. Stream, what do we look like?
No, it's
No, it's Discord. Something's happening with Discord.
yeah, it's definitely not my internet.
No, because
Well, no, you're on a speed test. I don't think it's mine.
No, it wouldn't be yours. Because I can
No.
move.
My
Hold
internet's
on.
blazing.
Yeah, I'm moving. You guys are frozen.
Well, yeah, me too.
and I'm moving and y'all are frozen, so it's got to be Discord.
Discord.
Oh, you guys are moving. It's catching up. Oh, yeah.
We're doing the fast forward.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we're back.
All right.
Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, so videos. So making videos is a lot harder than I ever thought.
Yeah.
I really thought I was going to just pop it in, make videos, and it was going to be fucking simple. It's not. But either way, so in the last month, we've gained 20-something subscribers. I had one video have 8,000 views, which is really huge. A lot of views are over 1,000 to 5,000. You know, you have your smaller ones, which that's okay. It's not, as Asmongold says, it's not about quality, it's about quantity. The videos that you think are going to be huge aren't, and the ones that you think are going to suck are going to be the ones that blow up. So, like, just keep making content.
Yep.
Elden Ring, I'm still playing the shit out of it and loving every minute of it. I'm at a point now where the difficulty is starting to ramp up a little. Like I'm out of the entrance area and kind of like the second area where now like I need to like start leveling up my weapon because I'm starting to notice that I'm not doing as much damage. So I'm going back on the grind. But I definitely need some more endurance because I'm finding that some of the bosses where I need to roll more, I'm running out of stamina. Me in real life, where Rule 1 cardio is not with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How about Rule 2, though?
Roll 2
Double
is just
tap?
him flopping like a fish.
No, I think Rule 2 is also cardio.
Oh, yeah, it is. Rule 3 is double tap.
Exactly. Yes. Rule 3 is double tap. We're quoting Zombieland, everybody.
Such a great movie.
That's an underrated movie.
Yeah. And then my final thought with Elden Ring right now is that I've gotten to the point where, like, I still don't understand that runes. Like, there's going to be spots where I'm going to get, like, 30,000 runes at a time, but I'm still in a mindset that, like, 10,000 runes is a lot because I'm trying to level up. But it's really not a lot, but when I lose them, man, it fucking soul-crushing. Like, when I lose 10,000 runes, I'm, like, devastated. My life is over in the game, and it kind of deflates me. I'm like, do I want to keep playing?
Just do it. Get back on the horse. There's always more runes.
Yeah, last Saturday I watched the Royal Rumble. It did not stream. It was fantastic. I am 100% back hooked on WWE wrestling. Like, I love it all over again.
Great.
Yeah, I can't wait for the new the WrestleMania party. And then last thing is I bought a new controller today, and I'll show everybody a picture of it. I showed everybody the guys earlier, but I will put it up in front of the camera. Pacow. Black and gold, baby.
Nice. So if you're just listening, it's a Xbox controller that's customized to be black on the backside, and then the front is like a dust gold fade to black on the arms.
Yeah, I forget what it's called. Hold on, I can tell you what. Yeah, I can tell you what it's called.
If you like controllers.
So, hey, listen, if you like, how about this? If you're on TikTok right now for the 2 more days, they have a 40% off coupon.
Yeah.
Through the TikTok shop, but Newegg has a store there. So I got this controller for $50 shipped, which it was really like $43.
Oh.
Because they have a crazy deal. Like, you can get a standard issue. Like, this controller is like the Velocity Yellow or whatever, Volt Electro something. This controller you can get for $30 delivered to your house.
Wow.
And then the PS5 controllers, because they're $70, I think delivered to your house are like $45 via the TikTok shop. Yeah, like that. But they have awesome colors, not the standard issue white.
Hey, I'm just saying this controller is better.
Okay, so do you want to have this conversation? Oh, the controller's called the Gold Shadow. And really what it is it reminded me of my own paintball gun. My paintball guns were always black and gold or some kind of purple and gold or black and gold. But anyway, Nick asked a question earlier. Why I didn't buy the Xbox Series Elite controller or one with like the paddles on the bottom? And I have a Razer Wolverine that has all the paddles. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
And I like the standard issue controller better.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the comfort, maybe the way it fits in my hand. It's just the only other controller that I really liked that is custom is the Scuff, which is like the Corsair brand, Scuff Gaming. Those controllers were legit. I held them. How many times did I go back to it at PAX, Nick?
A lot.
Yeah, I went back a bunch, but they were like $300 for a controller. I'm like, I'm not spending $300 on a controller. Like, I don't use a controller enough to do it. Maybe now that I'm playing Souls games, I will. And Wayfinder, maybe I will. But I really like the standard issue. Like, this controller is awesome. Maybe I don't need the custom. But it is an actual Xbox brand. It comes directly from Xbox, this controller. It was just the color scheme, the customized buttons.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, so I'm super excited. One last more thing is that the Wayfinder, next week, Snarf from the community team of Wayfinder is coming on the podcast next week.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's a big episode. So we've been trying to get him on the show for a while. But he's busy. He's a community manager of a giant game, right? They lost their publisher. I'm sure they had some drama that they had to deal with. And as you guys know, I'm persistent as shit. So, like, I'll leave you alone for a month or two, but, like, I will circle back and ask you to come on the show.
Oh, yeah.
Another guest that is coming back that I am super duper excited to have back is Brune. Date unknown, but Brune's coming back.
Whoa.
He's a fucking monster. Like, he's supporting our channels so much, and like, he's such a good dude, and like, he's such a good content creator. I want that dude back on the show, so he's going to be coming back soon. Anyways, in AIE news, Tuesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern is Clan Night. In Destiny 2, we start off by doing weekly missions or whatever fun we have, but we always end the night with private PvP matches. And I was always anti-private PvP matches because you're not gaining levels or XP or anything like that. But I really enjoy shooting my friends.
I get it.
And we have a thing. So like you do when you first start, everybody goes in and it's called Rumble. It's every man for themselves, right? Whoever wins that match then goes to then picks the next game mode. And then we can break out into teams or however we do it. But it's a nice way to keep it fair. Like, hey, if you win, you pick our next game mode. And we do a couple of those. And it's just really lighthearted and fun. And I kind of like how everybody just talks shit to each other. Pretty much everybody just wants to shoot me. And then Saturday nights, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or maybe Central Time, which is 9:30 the real time. Saturday Night Lotro, Mei Lung hosts a community night in Lord of the Rings Online, which is a MMO based in the Lord of the Rings franchise. And if you are not a graphical whore like myself, then Lord of the Rings Online is amazing. Like the story quests are unbelievable. The gameplay is unbelievable. And you're going through the time, I think, like you're going through the time of the movies because you go through and there's this part when you get to the move, like in the game where like you go through, what's his name? Aragon.
Yeah,
Aragorn gets married. Like that's in the game.
Oh, wow.
So like you're riding with it. So like if you like an MMO, like I love Lord of the Rings. I wish they would make, when they announced that they were making a new MMO for it, I was really excited for it. But, you know, that got canceled by Amazon.
You know what I've actually been into a lot this week is that I forgot to talk about was
Critical Role?
Well, yes, but no, Lord of the Rings like lore.
Oh,
like,
dude, it's amazing.
Like going way back to like the Silmarillion stuff and like the Valar and Maiar and like
right.
The like how the world was created and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And like who like Morgoth actually is.
Morgoth.
Which is the real Dark Lord and that Sauron was like a lieutenant of.
Mm-hmm.
It's really interesting. I didn't realize that I mean, I knew there was a ton of stuff, but I never got into it. And I actually bought a copy of the Silmarillion to read to like spark me like getting into reading books.
Yeah.
So I was with TK427. We dropped by a Barnes and Noble just to like poke around, like look at games and stuff. And I saw the Silmarillion. I was like, oh, you know what? I bet you like the lore of that could suck me in, but it's kind of a tough read because it's written like a history book.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
It's like the content is interesting, but the presentation of it in that book is rough. Like
yeah.
I've been grabbing onto it way better like through YouTube videos. But
Nick, if you want to read a really good book, it's called Survivor's Quest. It's a Star Wars Legends book. Okay. It's a story of Mara Jade and Luke going to visit where the outbound flight was and where the first time that Thrawn was introduced. This is after the trilogy, the Dark Force, the Heir to the Empire trilogy, but this is where they first encountered.
It's like
Thrawn.
A prequel almost.
Yeah. Well, yes, it's a sequel to Outbound Flight because they go there. But in Outbound Flight, remember how when Thrawn says he fought with Anakin?
Yes, that's in the prequels.
That's in the Outbound Flight book.
Oh, see, there's a different book in the new trilogy that he does with Anakin.
Oh, no, that's the second time. But this is Legends, so this is whatever.
Well, so
but anyways.
So the new trilogy that redoes that is just redoing the Legends content.
Right. Well, as you know, I've been reading books like crazy. Like, I'm going through the Hunger Games right now just because I really wanted to.
Yeah.
Like, the Hunger Games are amazing. I'm just about done with the first book, and it's way more graphic than the movies. Like,
oh yeah,
way more graphic, and it's legit. Yeah, of course. But
the books are pretty intense.
But Nick, if you're starting to read, dude, Survivor's Quest sucked me in because it's Luke and Mara. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like it like kind of like picks up where Heir to the Empire kind of left off, and you're like, oh yeah.
Well, see, for me, I have not started reading. I bought the Silmarillion to like
oh.
get sucked in, and I did not. Well, I actually have. I think I opened the first few pages like twice, but.
So you were at Barnes and Noble and felt like you had to buy a book, even though you knew you weren't going to read it.
Well, no, I bought it. I did. I fell for the classic Marcus trap that you did too, where like I bought the book in a similar motivation to you buying the fucking strategy guide for a game that you're never going to play.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going to buy this because I'm going to look at it and I'm going to make myself read it. And then I just didn't. So
yeah, I find myself. So the Hunger Games is the first sets of books that I've ever read that's not Star Wars.
Oh, wow.
Like I've read like The Art of War and stuff like that. But
The Art of War from really?
Yeah.
Wait, so like ever? This is like your first set of books outside of
as an adult, outside of school, I should say. Outside of school, all I've ever read is Star Wars books. I can't, like, I'm a Star Wars guy. I love it. Like, I can read a Star Wars book and be immediately sucked in. Like, I finally finished Path of Destruction for like the 7th time.
It's so good.
It's really good, dude. It's so good.
That's a great book, man.
You could skip all the way to the end of the last 3 chapters, and just the writing alone in those last 3 chapters are unbelievable. Like, what happens to Darth Bane is insane.
Yeah.
And like how Xana is so hot, but she's so like
evil.
Oh, she could treat me bad.
Marcus wants a woman who's going to treat him bad.
Yes.
Clearly.
Yep.
The ISB agent from Andor.
Oh, dude, she's smoking.
Oh, my God. What the hell was I just talking about? I'm afraid to click the meanwhile back at the ranch. I got to add that sound to the Discord.
Yes, you do, because that would play. But anyway,
I know. Well, you know what else is in the Discord? And also, but wait, there's more. And Rhaiu's favorite. Anyways. Fucking Christ, every time. I should have known better. I had the one headphone on in the beginning of the episode because I was expecting it. That's terrible.
It doesn't get old.
No.
Like, it does not get old.
It gets me so authentically every time. That's why.
Yes.
I actually think there's somebody like in the fucking closet next to me. I think that's part of the problem is there's actually a closet door to my right that nobody should fucking be in, obviously. So.
Anyways, so if all this sounds fun to you, go to aie-guild.org, get our Discord information in the top right-hand corner of the website. Once you click in the Discord, click on whatever games you're interested in, check us out, and if you play any of those games that we have a guild in, please ask for a guild invite, because whether or not you play Destiny 2, Star Wars Old Republic, Guild Wars 2, Lord of the Rings Online, WoW Classic, WoW Classic Hardcore, WoW this, WoW Retail, WoW in the past, WoW in the future, all 15 different World of Warcrafts, and can't forget WoW 2024, we would love to have you. So normally we would take a break right now, which I don't even know how long we've been recording for, but I'm sure
45 minutes.
Yeah, so Nick definitely has to pee. So we will be right back. My God, what is taking him so goddamn long?
Nick, hurry up, man.
It's all that beer you're drinking. Come on, bro.
Bros before hoes, man.
And we're back. So today we're talking about our most memorable moments in gaming.
You know, I was thinking about a topic this week, and I thought about, like, I legit, like, sat and closed my eyes, and I was just remembering some of the good times. Like, I killed a boss in Elden Ring this week, and it felt, you know, when you try so hard for so long to kill something, and you remember, like, all the frustrating games that you played, or the games that, like, when you beat, you were so happy. Or even for me, the one that sticks my head in is when you beat a game and you realize it's over. Like, it's the game you love that you've just put blood, sweat, and tears in for so long. It is now over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, so it's like, oh, there's nothing else to do. And it's like, what do you do now?
Let me give you an example. So back in the Xbox 360 days, there was a game that came out called Mass Effect. and I played the shit out of the original one, but it was good. The story was really good. It was the first iteration, but when they came out with Mass Effect 2, that was the best story game I ever played. Like, I don't know why. Maybe it was because of Miranda Lambert or whatever her name is. Miranda
Lambert. I think that might be an actress, but
all right.
What
Miranda.
The heck? There's a
but
Miranda
that was
in Mass Effect, and there's a Miranda in Halo also.
What was the Tali, right?
Miranda Keyes, yeah. Tali's the one with the mask.
Oh, she was my girl. I would have. Never mind. Anyways, I wanted to know what was under that mask, but those pants, dude, the way they fit. Oh my Jesus.
Yeah, it's bullshit that they like toned down the booties in the remastered version.
Yeah. But anyway, so the reason why I want to talk about memories, we're just gonna, I don't want to say breeze through them, but just chat about them. Like, I'll go with a couple first. So, big gaming memories are back again, Xbox 360 days, and when I was, I don't know how old I was, but on our paintball team, we would all rush to get out of work and school to go home and play the original Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
And Modern Warfare 3. And, like, back then, it was a max of 10 players or 8 players or something, so that you wanted to be home before everybody got on, because if you got stuck with the B team, you hated life for the night.
Oh, my God, yeah. Yeah, because it was like the B team was always, like, the dads. It was like Mr. Farnsworth.
Yeah.
And, like...
But we would all be in a group, like, party chat.
Yeah.
And it was some of the most fun times, like, ever.
And that was back when you had, like, actual random lobbies, too.
Yes.
Or at least it felt like it. Like, the skill-based matchmaking wasn't as bad.
Oh, dude.
Remember Blake Farnsworth?
Yeah.
He would get, like... He was a kid on our team. Shout out to Blake. I haven't talked to him in forever. Or his brother, Kyle. Or anybody, frankly, from the old paintball team. But shout out to the Creed. He was so good. He was, like... He would be one of those guys that would, like, routinely drop a nuke. Like, every night that we played one of the games, he'd get a nuke.
Right.
He was disgusting.
Yeah, it was awesome. And that's, and that was always the best. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Just, like, grouping up with everybody. You're like, oh, I'm over here. Where are you? Oh, I'm going to snipe. Oh, watch out. That guy's in the corner. And then you're like, all right, let's go get that guy. And then you die 7 times trying to kill the one guy.
Right.
Who's just camping in the corner.
Yes.
Because he caught your buddy once. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then at the same time, but then you have, like, traditional ones, I'll say, is like playing Castlevania Symphony of the Night for the first time on a PlayStation 1 and playing so many hours. And then I'll remember this for the rest of my life. I was playing it. The castle just flipped over, and I just got the wand, and it was like, it was a wand, and it was badass. It's not the best, like, the most OP weapon, but I loved it because it, like, obliterated enemies. Well, my mom was screaming at me to get off the PlayStation. And I kept saying, yeah. I just got to get to a save point. And I had to get, because back then, you couldn't just press start and save the game. You had to get to, like, a room. It's like a loading screen room in order to save it. Yeah. Well, she got really pissed. And I didn't realize I hadn't saved the game for, like, an hour.
Oh, no.
She came in and she's like, I told you, we're done.
Damn.
I was like, Mom, I was right there. I was right there. Marcus, I'm not going to tell you again. When I tell you to shut it off, you shut off. Mom, I just wanted to get to a save point. She goes, I told you to come 30 minutes ago, and you didn't listen. And I stopped, and I was like, okay, you told me 30 minutes ago. I thought you told me 5 minutes ago. Like, I'm the asshole. I'm sorry, Mom. But you just screwed my game. And when I loaded back in, I didn't have the wand, and I had to grind again because it's a random drop.
Oh, that's terrible.
Terrible. Yep.
Yeah.
I can circle back, but what about you guys? What are some of your big ones, Rhaiu?
Touching on the Call of Duty one.
Go close to your mic.
Oh, sorry.
There it is. Jesus.
I'm not a professional. I apologize.
He's just trying to bounce and talk.
No, I'm gonna go right on top of that with the Call of Duty side of it. For the actually I met some of my closest friends through playing Call of Duty, and only until recently actually met them in real life, and I was one of the groomsmen in their wedding. So that was a whole life experience to be able to have that and to have those memories. Zombies, late at night, high rounds before all the complicated mess with what it was. It was just high rounds, and you did the best you could.
That's cool.
Always had a blast doing that stuff.
Wait, which Call of Duty specific, or which few do you remember like playing the most hours, you think?
Definitely Black Ops 2. That's where we all kind of came together. It was like the end of Modern Warfare 2.
Yep.
The beginning of Black Ops, that's when we all met, and that was the game. And
Yeah.
that had
It was the game.
Yeah,
I played a lot of Black Ops 2.
that just had
Modern Warfare 2 started it, but then like I really got into it in Black Ops 2. Sorry, go ahead.
Black Ops 2 or Black Ops.
Well, which one came out first?
Black Ops 1. Yeah, dude, Nick,
Well, no,
you
no,
played.
excuse me. Versus, I played all of them, but
Right.
I forget the release orders. It was
Modern Warfare 2,
Oh no, it was
Black
Modern
Ops.
Warfare and then World at War, right?
World at War.
And then
Modern Warfare 2.
Modern Warfare
then
2.
Black,
Black
Ops,
Ops,
Then
then Modern Warfare 3.
3, then
Black Ops 2.
Yeah, so that like MW2 through Black Ops 2 is like my prime Call of Duty time.
Yes.
frame. Yeah.
Oh, dude. Treyarch made the
So
best
many
Call of
hours.
Duties.
So good.
Oh,
I liked them both for different reasons, honestly. I get it, but I liked
I
them
couldn't
both.
kill anybody in the Infinity War ones, and in the Treyarch ones, I would murder.
You did well. You know why? I think the Treyarch ones, even to this still, these past few, like Cold War is probably my favorite.
So good.
That was real. That was probably my favorite multiplayer of like the recent ones. Although I also really like
I did
Modern
like
Warfare.
I bought that game.
Yeah, but I think it's because probably Marcus, like it's you probably like the Treyarch games because the time to kill is just a hair longer in the Treyarch games, so you can like spray. It's easy. I feel like it rewards like movement a little bit more. You can like spray and pray, and you like play a lot more mobile in those multiplayer games,
Yep.
and a lot less tactically. Whereas the Infinity War games have a shorter time to kill, so like it doesn't reward like running through the map as much.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
like you prefer to like run through the map like that. So obviously you do way better at the Treyarch ones.
No, but each one of them had their own little things that made them unique. I mean, Modern Warfare 2, you have the intervention as a sniper, the maps, and just the flow of the game with that.
Yeah.
Black Ops in itself, where we actually got a full zombies mode, where if you didn't want the multiplayer, and of course you had the iconic Nuketown,
Right.
and then
Well, Nuketown was, sorry to interject, but Nuketown was like the first, like, close quarters mayhem combat in a first-person shooter game.
Well, they had Shipment,
Nah,
but it wasn't the same. I know what you
no.
mean.
It, like,
I
no,
wouldn't
that
even
was
counter it
Modern
with
Shipment.
Rust.
It was Modern Warfare 3.
I
That wasn't Modern Warfare 2.
No, I thought Shipment was Modern Warfare, the first one.
No,
I'm like 90% sure.
maybe not. But, well, either way,
they've added old maps.
I don't know. Nuketown was just something that just changed the game.
Yeah, Shipment was first introduced in 2007's Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you know what it is?
And
Oh.
it is the franchise's smallest map.
Well, you know what it was, Nick? Let me
But it wasn't a
rephrase.
big deal.
No,
You know
it
what I
wasn't
mean?
a big deal because you only got it once in a while.
Right.
Because when Nuketown came out, you could play a game mode of Nuketown 24/7.
Right.
Oh,
That's
God.
yes, exactly. Yeah, Shipment just like was in the regular rotation. Of maps.
Right.
Now, I don't know if the maps that Infinity Ward made or the maps that Treyarch made followed the traditional H pattern, but that's where you started seeing the maps taking that Nuketown approach, where there were two side lanes and the crossing lane. That's what all the maps ever since Nuketown started implementing that.
I like that style.
I do too. Like you have your sniping lanes and you have your chaos in the middle, so it's perfect for anybody.
I don't know, and it gives me like a. I played a lot of Nuketown 24/7 in Cold War. I almost want to just boot up Cold War again, but
I would play. Nick, how about this? If you stream Cold War, I will play it.
all right, deal.
Like just one random Monday night.
Okay. Yeah, I'm game. But yeah, it gave me a feel like, yes, it was very predictable because you've played that map 1,000 times, but it gave me the feel of like a speedball sort of like a layout. Although, the snake side's over here, the Rhaiu side's over there. You still you still have to hit your shots and like set things up, and you can still play people. Like just because you know the layout and you're familiar with every nook and cranny, that doesn't mean that it's not fun. That means it's like a new layer of the game,
Right. Like that game. So for me, Nuketown was not about skill. Like I remember somebody getting nukes in Nuketown, and I was like, how the fuck do they not die? Right? Like I die, I kill 35 people and I still die 27 times. You know what I mean? Because I'm just running and gunning. But it was awesome because you would throw the grenades. Oh my God. And then they'd explode and you get plus 300 points. And you're like, they're watching that kill cam going, fuck that guy.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly.
It's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing more satisfying than like getting a 3+ kill on like a perfectly cooked frag grenade where it didn't even hit the ground.
It's great.
Right.
Everything just made it better then.
Yeah.
Oh, you mentioned speedball and uplink, man. Oh, dude, those game modes don't exist anymore. It sucks.
They had speedball was a game mode?
Well, I'm sorry. Uplink, more like capture the flag type.
Right.
Game modes. They just don't exist anymore.
Yeah,
which sucks.
I played this isn't on my list per se, but I played a lot of Halo Infinite the winter that it came out because my roommate at the time was super into it. And remember, we got a couple snow days where like it was just like I set aside everything else at the time. It was just like, you know what? We're being degenerates. We're drinking and playing Halo Infinite all day. Just got like awesome. A case of what the heck were they? Those it's the hard seltzer White Claws, but they were White Claw Surges, where they're 8% alcohol instead of like 5.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
we had a case of those each, and then also like a case of like regular White Claws to switch to afterwards. And there was a lot of empty cans after that, but it was just fun. Just like a lot, but my point being was that's a lot of capture the flag in that game.
That's awesome.
What are you smiling at, Mark?
The dog barking.
Oh,
is that Maggie?
No, it's mine. They're not too fond of people that want to drive on the street, so they make their presence known.
Yeah, they're just defending the ground. But flipping from like games itself, for me, it was finding the AIE community. As an adult.
Yeah, I want to talk about more community things. To start my list, anyways. But.
Oh yeah, for sure. Finding like working on a house and then finding out that there's a guild, and I didn't even know what a guild was back then, that you could join and be a part of, and all of this stuff, and then 10 years later or 8 years later, you're still in that same guild with the same people, and there's thousands of community members, and it's just this growing thing. It's just crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm being a part of AIE and being a part of these communities, it makes everything better. Like, even if you're not playing those games anymore, but you find that other people are playing games that you're interested in, so you're not gaming alone anymore. It makes everything better. Hands down. So, Nick, you had more community on your list?
I did. I have I separated my list into like community-ish things, and then also and then more like personal gaming things. But for me, well, the podcast, obviously, I think it made like Marcus and I way closer. Obviously, we hang out every single week. We get to talk about stuff, and then also about games and all the things on the podcast, and of course, like all the conversation in prep beforehand. And
wait, what conversation in prep?
Hey, I did the note. I started a new Google Doc with the notes.
Yes. Yeah.
And then, I filled them in 10 minutes before we're live, but or while we're recording a lot also.
Right.
But yeah, the podcast has just been great. It's a really cool like staple. And it's an important piece of my life, which is weird to say because when we started, I would have thought I'd be saying that 6 years later. 7.
It's
6
really
years?
yeah.
So yeah, 6 years.
We're
7?
in year 7,
Yeah,
but
we
it's
just
been
hit
6 years.
6.
Yeah, we just hit 6.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. So by the end of the year, we'll be at like 280 something.
Wow. Episodes wise?
Yeah. And then so next 2025, we'll hit 300.
Damn. Episode 300. There's UFC 300 coming up, by the way, in April.
That's how old we are.
I know.
But, but to just say with the podcast, I think it's being able to hold yourself accountable. So something was said, I don't know if it was today, and A-Trax, it might have been A-Trax, he said, hey, could we record on a show day that's not Thursday? And I didn't see it, but as soon as I did, Nick already responded with and it was made back when we started the show that Thursdays are our day. That's it. Sure, there might be a week where we can move it, but week after week, week after week, Thursdays are the day. And my kids are 8 and 5. All they know is the podcast, and they know Thursday nights are podcast day. Mm-hmm. They know it.
Well, because it was the only night of the week that was guaranteed. There's nothing. You and I have nothing going on,
right?
Yes, there's Thursday night football sometimes, but besides that, you can give up a Thursday night football. I can record it and go back if the Patriots are watching.
Well, you can rewatch it, but if it's the worst game ever, which is the Carolina Panthers versus the Atlanta Falcons, you don't need to watch any of that shit. You know what I mean? You could just
now listen here, boy. We got to have some fighting words.
Yeah, see, he's finally talking into the mic.
But Wednesday night. Well, we could have done Wednesday or Thursday, I guess. But I think maybe I don't remember what we had.
No,
Wednesday,
I was doing something. No,
Thursday was the perfect night because what?
Wednesdays you had class.
Oh yeah, I had my movie class late. That's right. I forgot. Yeah, well, first in freshman year it was German film, but then later on when we were starting the podcast, it was film genres. That was cool. It was a class where the movie class. If you're in college or about to be in college and you're listening, take a movie class as your art elective. At least the way they're structured at UConn is it's one night a week. You have a lecture about whatever the topic of the movie, the movie's relating to. Then you literally sit in class and watch a movie, and usually it's in the big auditorium, so it's like a movie theater anyway. And then you have a discussion for a half hour, 45 minutes afterwards, about, hey, how did the movie relate to the stuff we talked about in the lecture? And you're allowed to bring food and drinks, and you hang out, and there's breaks, of course. So but it's one 3.5 hour class, and it's only once a week, and then you write a paper and turn it in the next week, and then you take a final, and it's it. It's it's an enjoyable class experience to take a movie class. That's why I took 2.
Sure. But that's why because we started this and I was working and I just had a kid.
Yeah. This was back in 2017.
And Nick was a college kid.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? There was no extra time. So we said, we started it and we did it every 2 weeks because that's what we could guarantee we could do it. You know, people are like, you've been doing it 6 years. You only have 230 episodes. Well, for the first year and a half or 2 years of the show, it was every other week.
Probably almost 3. I think it was until COVID that we went every week. So
so that would be 2 years.
Essentially, because we started December.
Yeah,
I think December 27th was our first episode of 2017. So essentially 2018, 2019. Then in halfway through 2020, we're all right, every week.
Yeah,
but it's all we could commit to. It's about commitment.
Yeah, but it's being. If you want something to go, Max and Seema's podcast, they did it, but they recorded at 11 o'clock at night, East Coast time, because that's the time that they could be accountable and make sure that they were there every week.
Yeah, that they're guaranteed free at that time, which it's too late for me, frankly, but...
That's way too late.
Well, yeah, but if you're working second shift, that's not too late. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, totally.
And
that works.
And if you get home from work and you take a nap, you could be good to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was too late for me, but still, the point is it's all about consistency and then once you find your rhythm, it's actually harder to skip it and break that than it is to do it.
Yeah, it's weird, and it becomes important to you too. It's like a pride thing. It's like it's something you stick up for. You know, it's like
right.
I don't know. It's like no, I'm not doing this. Like we're recording the podcast. You know, this is important. You put your foot down. You know?
Right. So Nick, what is some game memories you have like that changed the way you gamed?
Well, I think so. All right, I want to talk about some early ones. So, like early gaming memories. My dad got me into gaming. I think I told this before. I'll do my signature. Try to abbreviate a story, but not actually abbreviate it at all. My dad, way back when, he took like 1 or 2 computer like coding classes at like the local college, and we had the family computer was in. This is when I was like little, like under 10.
Yeah, the Packard Bell. Or the Gateway 2000.
Yeah, something like this. Some computer that started off eggshell white and ended up like sand colored. You know what I mean? As like the light hit.
Yeah.
and it was in the closet of the spare bedroom. It was like the computer room. You had a desk in there and everything. But it was so that like he could close the door and like the kids, who, you know, my sister's 3.5 years younger than me. So we were, if I'm under 10, she's like 4 or 5. We're both fucking Tasmanian devils. You know what I mean? So it's like he could close the door in there, and like that's the room we don't go into, you know. But that also made it like, what are you laughing at?
I'm just thinking about him watching porn in dial-up in the closet. Yeah,
probably. But but that made that room like, oh, that's the special thing. So then he got a video game or two, and it was, you know. I think it was I don't know if he had a controller or mouse and keyboard. I don't remember exactly how he played. I know he had a joystick for like a flying game, but just like early memories of that, of my playing games with my dad, like Army Men, Sarge's Heroes, the one I remember. I remember there was like some really crude like dinosaur game where you played as a girl. There was some I think it was Star Wars Rogue Squadron. It was a flying game that we used the joystick for. That was cool. But then later, as I got a little bit older, and we got like a console, we got a GameCube and then a PS2, excuse me. He was always super duper into like World War II stuff. So we would watch like World War II documentaries, and then eventually like, what's that series on HBO? Band of Brothers. And then, you know, Saving Private Ryan, the movie, and like different stuff, different World War II stuff.
Wait. I always thought it was Saving Ryan's Privates.
No, that's on Brazzers.
Okay.
But anyways, lots of like World War II stuff. So then, of course, as video games are coming along, he's interested in like the Medal of Honor series and then the Call of Duty series. So we played like all the Medal of Honor games and like Medal of Honor, like all the campaigns. I don't know, the Eastern Front or something. I forgot the name of it. Frontline, I think. And then like Rising Sun or something like that.
Dude, do you remember Medal of Honor that came out for the Xbox 360? It was just called Medal of Honor. It was like a remake or like a Oh, dude, it was so good.
Allied Assault?
No, it was just Medal of Honor. Xbox 360.
Okay, please hold.
Yeah. I know you probably played it. It was so good. The Medal of Honor games were good.
They came out with a few of them. Medal of Honor, limited edition in 2010.
Yeah,
I don't know if I played this. This might have been past my time. I might have been in full call. No, I didn't play it because this is full.
I was about to say 2010.
Full balls deep in Call of Duty or nothing else time frame.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because if Modern Warfare came out in 2007, that means Modern Warfare 2 came out in 2009. So between Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops, I was not playing anything else.
No,
but
yeah, it's right here, Medal of Honor. Yeah, that's fine.
I never played it.
You can get it for $8.88.
Maybe I will. I wonder if they ported it to the PC. I could get it on Steam.
I mean, probably could, but why would you ever play this?
Yeah, no. Well, I would play. The
no, this was first date available September 14th, 2004. Oh,
you got the wrong one.
No, it's October 12th, 2010 was the release date. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was good. But anyway.
Well, anyways, I a lot of World War II games with my dad, which is cool. He's the one that got me into gaming, and then of course as we got older, then he's playing on the same paintball team as me, and then he's usually logging in on at the same time as the B team. For Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and that type of stuff. But
we had so much fun.
Oh, it was the best.
And that was the time when the lobbies you couldn't mute anybody. Like there was no mute button.
Oh my God.
And it was straight
toxic.
But it was
full.
Yeah,
but everyone had raincoats on or tough skin because it just washed over. It was expected.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's it's this vile poison coming at you, but it's it's it doesn't actually mean anything. So you just, it doesn't affect you.
Oh, dude, I never forget. There was one where this guy was talking so much shit, and the mom came on the mic and was like, "Get off the Xbox!" And he's like, "Mom, leave me alone." And somebody on the other thing says, "Hey, tell your mom thanks for the sandwich from last night." And I was just like, there's things you don't ever forget.
Oh, yes, that's the best. But to continue on talking about playing games with my dad, later on we also played the Godfather game. I don't know if you remember that. It was like Grand Theft Auto, but not Grand Theft Auto, essentially.
Yeah,
and you make a character and you go through the ranks of the mafia. That was cool.
Oh, I played a game like that. It was called Mafia.
It was literally called Mafia. It was like a
Mafia.
I don't know if it was a knockoff of. I think Mafia was the more popular franchise compared to the Godfather game. But
I never. Yeah,
it was just cool because we also watched the Godfather movies together. But I also played a bunch of games with my neighbor Paul because I would go over his grandmother was my neighbor across the street, and they had a Sega Genesis and a
nice
Super Nintendo.
Nice.
So we would just play all these old games together, in between time between because his grandmother was retired, obviously. So we'd just hang out there. She would make us a Pop-Tart or something. And between getting off the school bus and my parents, both of our parents getting home from work, So our parents would get home from work and then pick us up and be like, all right, come on home, whatever, for dinner. But stuff like that. And one of the games that sticks out, a bunch of Sonic, all the Mario games, that type of stuff. But then the old Madden games. But one I sticks out because it's unique was Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
I remember that game.
It was a top-down game. You could get different items, and I just remember getting the weed whacker early on, and it you literally just cutting zombies in half with a weed whacker. It was just fun. And you go through the mall, and then you find different stuff, and you've got Rescue Sally the cheerleader, and I don't know, or something like that. It was just cool. It was just a fun game. I don't want to just ramble, but I can just keep going through my childhood of gaming.
Stuff. My God, dude. I can get this game on Steam. Shut up.
Zombies Ate My Neighbors?
No, Kid Chameleon.
Okay.
Oh my God. It's 99 cents.
Oh, jeez.
So, all right.
Okay.
So,
well, give me some backstory.
All right. So you're this character, and you can turn into different things like a chameleon, like a ninja or this or that.
Okay.
And I played the shit out of that, but I scammed my family. So I really wanted a Sega Genesis, but they didn't want me to get it because it was there were violent games on it. And I said, it's fine. I just want
you could get Mortal Kombat with the blood on Sega Genesis.
Right. ABACABB, just for the record, that's the blood code. I'll never, ever in my life forget that.
You should have that as a tattoo somewhere.
I want to.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I had to tell them, but then they came out with a bundle with the dumbest fucking game ever. It was called Echo the Dolphin. But it was you're a dolphin swimming through the thing. So they got me my grandma and my mom got me the Sega Genesis with the Echo the Dolphin. Yep. And I was so happy I got the Sega, but that was the only game I had. So for the first 3 weeks, that's the only game I had. People would ask me what I got for Christmas, and I'd be like, I got nothing, because I didn't want them to know. But
About Echo the Dolphin, yeah.
right. But then one day I was in the store, and I was at the West Coast Video. It was like a rental place near my grandma's house, and I wanted to rent Mortal Kombat.
Are you sure it wasn't Hollywood Video?
Oh, Hollywood Video, that's it. No, it was West Coast. No, Hollywood Video. You're right.
Yeah, because it was on Allen and Cooley.
Yeah.
I remember that was our
no.
spot, too.
Hers was West Coast Video. I remember it. So anyway,
okay.
But I remember renting Mortal Kombat, and the guy at the counter said, "There's blood in this game," and she goes, "Marcus, is your mom going to be mad that you're playing this?" Nope, not at all. Nope. And then my grandma walked in, and I'll never forget it. I was Kano, and I ripped out the heart, and he bit it, and he showed it, and she goes, "What's in his hand that's dripping?" I was like, "Oh, he just bit his heart." She looked at me, and I'll never forget the face. I've never gotten backhanded by her the way I did that day.
Yeah, because like you knew she knew you just lied.
Well, the worst, and this isn't a gaming memory, and I've said this on the podcast before.
Yeah.
So when Dr. Dre's The Chronic came out, I had a Walkman.
Oh, yeah.
And we would go to the mall, and it was like, I forget the name of the store. It wasn't FYE. It was like before that, like Records R Us or something like that.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to get it, and I was with my grandma. And the guy said to my grandma, now I was 12, 11, okay?
Yeah.
He goes, she remembers it, parental advisory explicit lyrics. She goes, "What's that, Marcus?" I said, "I don't know. I just want the tape." And the counter guy said, "Is this for you, ma'am?" And she goes, "No, it's for my grandson." "Are you really sure you want to buy him this?" And she goes, "Yeah." He goes, "It has very explicit lyrics." And she goes, "He said it's not bad." He goes, "Well, it is really bad." So she bought it. I'll never forget, man. I was listening to that shit on my Walkman. I was like, "Fuck the police. Fuck the police. Motherfucker, 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 motherfucker." And my mom came in with a flying fucking hook. Boom! Oh, dude. She was so mad at my grandma.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
I gotta go back and listen to that just to like get a sense of context.
The original Chronic album. Nick, listen to that shit because it's so like 90s beats. But like what they're saying is straight hood.
Great. I should go back and listen to that.
You should. Everybody should listen to the Chronic. But anyway,
before I continue rambling, because I completely will, Rhaiu, how about some awesome gaming memories from you?
So, piggybacking with the dad thing too, my dad and I are very big Greek mythology fans. So the entire God of War series,
nice,
original God of War, all the way up to the modern God of War on the 5 now, we would play it. We would max the difficulty out, try and figure out things. It's just, I felt like I grew closer to my dad as we would play these types of games. It just was something we could bond over. That and our enjoyment with WWE games, because we were big wrestling fans growing up, and of course it did its G bullshit, and now it's getting better. So I think the most fond memory I've had with him is we would create characters, go through the storyline together, and just actually enjoy being a part of the WWE storyline. So that was something that I always appreciated and enjoyed with that. And we would always...
Wait, like, are we talking like wrestling games from the original Nintendo and Super Nintendo?
No. We're talking PS1, PS2. Here comes the pain. Shut your mouth. Know your role.
Yeah, know your role and shut your mouth, you jabroni.
Oh, absolutely. Like the original SmackDown versus Raw. Like there are if you take those games and boot them up now, there are matches in there that would not fucking fly today. Back at the bra and panty matches with the divas, those wouldn't exist. But they were fucking golden.
Golden. Oh my God, yes.
creating the Hell in a Cell matches with all of my cousins, and we'd sit there, and everyone knew someone had to pick the Undertaker, the most overpowered character. We'd sit there and get mad at it.
Yeah.
And you're picking each other up and slamming them on the bed, and we had our parents walking through the back room, and you're like, "What the hell's going on in here?" Like the bed is like destroyed. It's like the books are all over the place. There's a chair all of a sudden.
Here's a question that just comes to mind. Did you guys have the cable extensions for the controllers?
Yeah. That little 4-player connection bullshit. Yes.
Because the cables were never long enough, and I'd pull them out of the game.
Yep. Oh my God!
Jesus Christ! I never learned to just keep an ear off.
Shit is gold.
I almost pissed my pants.
That is gold.
But I will say the greatest gaming
I am
memory
baby.
I have is you remember the original Guitar Hero?
Oh yes.
So remember how you had the controller that was the guitar?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
that is Guitar Hero.
That is Guitar Hero.
We played the hell out of that game. The guitar stopped working.
Oh yeah, mine too.
We found out you could plug the controller in and use the controller as a guitar.
Yeah.
Because the guitar stopped. Yeah, technically, but that's clearly not as fun.
That's not it. Well, because we never could find a replacement guitar, that's how we played Guitar Hero.
Oh, that's funny.
All the way through.
I wonder what a Guitar Hero...
I played Guitar Hero 1 and 2 on the PlayStation 2. And then I am going to run P while you're talking about something else. But, yeah, I played... One of my points was Guitar Hero also. Because I played Guitar Hero for hours and hours and hours in middle school. And maybe probably early high school, too. Because, I was right around the same time where I was playing... Guitar Hero was popular, and I was, uncoordinated as fuck with, fine motor skills. So, I was hitting puberty and also, trying to develop the fine motor skills. And I was trying to play Guitar Hero. My left hand was terrible at everything. And then I was also playing lacrosse at the same time. And lacrosse, you need to play with both hands. You have to be able to, throw and catch with both hands in lacrosse. That's also the same time in my life that I was, really getting into paintball, where you need to switch hands to be able to shoot left-handed and right-handed.
Wow.
So, that was all happening at the same time to increase. And as I was getting better at Guitar Hero, I was getting better at paintball and lacrosse because you could do both with both, it's all increasing the coordination with the stupid left hand. But yeah.
Hey, listen, you can get Guitar Hero 3, Guitar Hero 2, and Rock Band with the original Guitar Hero 3 controller. $180 on eBay.
I would easily buy that.
Yeah, I almost bought a guitar. Actually, Taylor bought TK427, bought Guitar Hero for the Wii just to play again. But
that's awesome
because it was awesome. But
now they make now they have clones.
Yeah,
there's Clone Hero and all that stuff. And you can
they've made new. No, they've made new controllers so you can still plug them into the old systems.
Yeah, or even your computer or whatever.
Right.
Because that's what I would do. But it's lots of hours. I actually played in a Guitar Hero contest way back when at Washington that I don't know if I've described it on the show a few times, but it was it's a big business weekend party for this food lobbying group. That's all the executives from these big food companies that get together and rent this giant hotel out for the weekend. They have all kinds of activities for the kids and stuff, the rest of the family throughout the day and night to occupy them too. The adults are doing adult things. Well, one of the things was video game contests, and they had ones for kids and ones for teens. Well, the teen one year was Guitar Hero, and this fucking guy, I was doing great because I could play almost everything on expert. I was doing great, and I got to the finals, and this fucking guy was like, "Well, why don't we just play the hardest song? Let's play Through the Fire and Flames on expert." And I was like, "Well, I mean, I guess." And everyone's like, do it. The crowd, I'm like, fuck. Because I knew I could actually play the rest of the song. Well, there's two parts I couldn't play. I couldn't play the intro because you have to it's all those hammer-ons, and you have to hold down the green button, and then you play with your other hand is how to actually do it. Or you could play, And then there's another section that was just like that later that I couldn't play. But the rest of the song I could play. So I'm like, all right, well, I can't play the intro, so I'm going to fucking fail. This is stupid. And I did. But I got to the finals, which was pretty cool. So that's my Guitar Hero story.
A big memory for me, and it's more of like an adult memory. You can go ahead, Nick, is raiding in Star Wars The Old Republic. Like, I never played an MMO before, and then I started playing SWTOR, and that's how I got into AIE, because they would advertise that a team was looking for a member to join their raid team, no experience needed. And I was like, man, I'd love to do that, because all I did was play story. I never even did the flashpoints. You know what I mean? All I did was play the story. Like, I was a single player game and a Call of Duty player. Yeah. Like, I didn't even understand what flashpoints were. I would do a flashpoint and I'd be tired and I would shut it off halfway through and not understand why it would start over. Like, why didn't it save my space? I must have done False Emperor like 10 times before I actually beat it to realize that, like, you can't leave that instance.
Oh man, that sucks.
but then, you know, I got into raiding, and let me tell you, man, it was a whole new experience. Like, some of my closest friends have come from raiding in SWTOR. You know what I mean? Dr. Gameology, he's one of my closest friends. Doritos, that we always talk about. Like, he's Doritos. A great friend. Yeah, like, him and I, we talk all the time. Like, he's a friend from raiding in a video game. You know what I mean? Albus in Arkansas, like his son. I remember when his son was 12 and now he's like 20. You know what I mean? Time flies, but it's also memories that, like, you can't get back. And, like, my wife doesn't game. She doesn't even understand the bond that you get with people in gaming. She doesn't understand it. You know what I mean?
And, like, absolutely.
And now that Nick's back, I can talk about it. Like, we went to the SWTOR Cantina in New York City.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
Kogus and Dr. Gameology flew into our local airport, then drove with us 2.5 hours to New York City just to hang out with us in the car for 2.5 hours. Right. And then we got a giant hotel room with a balcony, and, like, you meet all these
large.
Yeah, that room was pretty epic.
I don't fuck around when it comes to that.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Like, dude, you don't go to New York City to stay in the first floor of the Cockroach Hotel. You know what I mean? Like, you stay in a nice place, because at least the cockroaches are like 30 floors underneath you.
Yeah, and there was also a lot of us. Was there 4 or 5?
Yeah, 4 of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I paid for the fucking room, and I still took a couch.
You drew the.
I drew this.
Volunteered.
Yeah. No,
you're like, no, we're doing straw and straws, fair and square.
Yeah.
And then me and Dr. Gameology drew the bed straws. Kogus got the couch, and Kogus got the cot.
But I remember at 3:00 in the morning, Nick and I were devouring Taco Bell on the balcony of New York City, wasted.
We were wasted. We were fucking hammered.
That was because of Max buying fucking whiskey shots at 2:30 in the morning.
Jesus. Yeah, because the bars there are open extra late, right?
Yeah, they're open till 4.
So, like, yes, and then Max was like, "Oh, I just picked up the whole tab." I was like, "What?" There was like 12 of us at the bar. I'm like, "What? Can I pay you something?" He's like, "No." I'm like,
"Yeah."
Well, you know what I mean? And then he just kept buying rounds of things. Like,
but that was like a turning point for myself in video games, where you realize that, like, there are people behind the microphone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the people behind the microphone are your friends. Like, some of my digital friends probably know me better than some of my real friends.
Yeah, that's kind of wild to think about. I mean, you know what's weird is, like, thinking about that at the time was like, wow, that's crazy. And it's like this novel thing. But, like, thinking about that post, pandemic stuff where everything, like, had to shift to these, like, video calls and, like, and like, not direct contact with folks, it's a lot less of a strange concept to be like, yeah, I have friends that I just talked to from across the country,
Well, what's funny is when people talk about, like, places, like, oh, I got a buddy that lives there.
Yeah, they're like, what?
Oh, they're like, oh, yeah, we just went here. Oh, I got friends that live there. And that's
Arkansas,
why, like,
Florida or North Carolina.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah, but like all of those places, like everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
no,
No matter what state, like I always say, no matter what state you're in, how about this? When I drove my mom across country to go to Kansas City. We drove
Missouri.
We drove an hour and a half out of the way so we could have dinner with my friend.
Yeah.
At his house. You know what I mean? Like, I would do that. Like, we're talking about going to the Outer Banks this summer.
Nice.
And when we go to the Outer Banks, I'm coming to see Rhaiu. Like, we're coming to see him. Like, it's going, like, yeah, exactly. Like, it's going to happen. Because I'm going to go there wearing a fucking, I don't know, New England is the best place to live t-shirt or something.
Get ran out of town around here.
But
no, like it's just like when those opportunities present themselves. I mean, I'm gonna be in Boston for work stuff. So like, I don't know yet. We have to figure out the dates and everything else. Just because,
dude,
I was supposed to be going around the end of February, but they were like, no, we're gonna push that a little bit more.
Imagine
I'm
if
like,
it's PAX weekend.
dude, hey, you need
Push
to
it
Google right now PAX East.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be in Boston for 3 days, dude. You should, like, 100% try to talk your bosses into that weekend.
Yeah, it's Thursday, March 21st through Sunday, March 24th.
Oh, my God. Can you imagine that?
they would not send me they wouldn't send me for a weekend. But
We're going Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah. Like we'll have you
Okay.
can sleep on the hotel floor.
Hell,
or
he's going to
something.
get a free hotel room.
I'm getting a free hotel room.
Yeah, like he's got a hotel room. But what I'm saying is,
for my company, when I travel, they pay for everything. The plane tickets, hotel, card, all that crap.
but dude,
Fantastic.
you need to plan it for that weekend.
21 through 24.
Yep. Well,
Okay.
we'll be there the 21st through the 23rd. I don't think
Okay.
we're going Sunday.
If anything else, I'll just do a one-way ticket and just stay the weekend. I'll come back Sunday.
There you
Just
go.
buy one way that way. Yeah, I'll see if I can even get that to happen, but because that would be awesome. And stay the whole week and then go to PAX. It is on my list to actually go to PAX. I've wanted to go for the longest time. Unfortunately, no one wants to come down to Charlotte, North Carolina. They all want to stay up in fucking New York and Boston.
I get it. Yeah, I think if you can really finesse it, the best day to go is Thursday because it's the least amount of crowds. Marcus, would you say the same thing?
Yeah.
I'd say Thursday's the best day because it's the first, so like all the vendors have their free crap and they give stuff out all weekend, but like you really get like hordes and hordes of people Saturday, Sunday.
It's going to sound really like bougie when I say this, but like, dude, and we have media passes, so like anything you want to play, we just walk up and they'll usher you to like your own personal computer. Here you go, sir. Like here, please, and all you're going to have to do is just write something up and talk about it.
Yeah.
But the only other rule,
the media pass is really nice. Like,
Yes,
that's
like-
really nice.
yeah, it is really nice.
Because your color, they got the little icons, a little different color on there.
Yeah.
And like you can see the devs like do like a double take at your badge,
And they're like,
no,
you can
and
see-
they'll come out from behind the table and come talk to you.
Yeah, they're also like, fuck.
Right
Now
too.
we get like, fuck. Now we got to deal with this. God damn it.
Instead of just like chilling, like
Right.
drinking a water, texting on their phone, they got to like try.
Yeah, like, well, I remember there was this one game that we all wanted to play, and the game was broken the entire weekend. I don't remember that
what
stupid
game
game.
was
Don't even remember. Don't care. But
It was
we
like
had
lights of something or
no,
something.
it was a first-person shooter survival game.
Oh,
But Rhaiu,
yeah, you
but
could
like,
go into that guy and be like, "Hey, how's it going?" It was like
Yeah,
some
like-
of their servers were screwed up.
yeah, like they couldn't update their game. There was a patch that they were trying to download, and the hotel internet was so bad, and they couldn't update their game. Bro, I would have went to a fucking Verizon and purchased a fucking card, a Wi-Fi card to download that. Be like, hey, I need 10 gigs, and I need this shit to be fast.
Yeah.
Not rely on that. But anyway, but like the memories of like Atrax getting the My Little Pony sheets for his air mattress. And then me ripping ass and him getting caught in the vortex.
Oh, God. That's great.
Because
Great.
where Atrax was, he had a twin air. So it was like a double queen bed, like or
Yeah.
full bed, whatever room.
Whatever.
And so Marcus and I had the beds, and then Atrax paid a prorated rate for lower, and he had the twin air mattress. And the way the AC was like a big one vent on the wall that like blew out, and then I had like a fan because I always bring a fan with me when I travel.
And it was like it's called the vortex,
like the other like direction, so it just made this like vortex of cold air where like Atrax is on the bottom, and then Marcus farted, and which just got caught in the vortex, and it just kept lingering.
Well, to defend me, dude, I drank like 30 beers that night.
Well,
like,
yeah,
dude, I'm gonna fart my brains out. Like,
right. Yeah, but the problem is your farts are so bad. Like, you ever hear of like recently there was a story in the news that a plane had to make an emergency landing because some dude was farting so much on the plane.
No.
He was like, he was excessively farting.
I'd hate
like
to see your search history.
But that would be Marcus, is my point. Marcus has the power to land the plane. But what the heck were we talking about? That was quite the sidebar.
Yeah.
PAX was awesome. PAX was great when Marcus and I went, and what year was it? 2019 or 2018?
Yeah, 2019.
That was really cool. I'd never been to a convention at all before, so it was like a whole new world. That was crazy.
And we didn't have media passes then.
Yeah, that was just, we were standard issue regular folks. And then we would just go up to him and be like, hey, we have a podcast, blah, 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 blah. Can we get a soundbite, whatever? And we did I think we did fine for doing that.
Yeah.
That was nice, but.
Oh, you know what I do have to get? I'm just sorry, sidebar. Is we have to get a real recorder.
Yeah. Yeah, better recording device.
Would y'all go up there with your phones?
Well, he had a microphone attached to his phone.
So I bought a Shure mic, like my SM7B here. Shure makes one that plugs into an iPhone or an Android if you're like low life scum. But rebel scum, and it's so because the iPhone we all know is
the best.
Yes.
iPhones are used by the old and elderly that can't handle actual technology.
All right. I resemble that. Thank you very
much. Where does this road go?
What are you looking up, Marcus?
Recording devices. I gotta stop.
Yeah, focus. This is why we don't look at the chat.
I know. So anyway, so that's what we use to record, and it does a pretty good job, except you have to have your phone out all the time. And for me, it's like, do I really want you talking into a microphone? You know what I mean? I would say this year's hardest thing was the amount of people that weren't fluent in English that had devs that were devs to like demoing games.
Yeah, that's tough because the sound bites are
and I'm not saying like they're from Sweden or something and like they're making an awesome game, but to get the sound bite for a podcast, it was actually really hard.
Yeah, because it's so much background noise because of the convention on top of them.
Right.
Not like super articulating themselves in in English, which fits their second. If you try to interview me in Spanish, it'd be a fucking shit show. So I'm not criticizing at all. I'm just saying in terms of like being the listener on the other end of that, it's not as good as it could be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
But I really enjoyed Pat. I enjoyed that as in 2019, and then going there as actual press and being able to meet Atrax for the first time in real life was awesome. It really made me feel special in a way that I had not really experienced much before. It's weird to get that like slight special treatment.
Oh, dude, and then the whole we went one night. It was myself, Nick, Feta, and Atrax, and we found this place where you just go up to this counter and tell them like we want to play Xbox and we want to play Mortal Kombat. They hand you the disc and say go to table 12 and you can play as long as you want.
Oh yeah, and in PAX it was like this giant conference room that had like 50 or 100 tables set up.
That's awesome.
And every table had like 3 or 4 consoles with TVs set up.
Right, and then there was a concert we went to, And
it was like a jazz concert, and then it was like an EDM group afterwards, and it was all video game themed.
It was all video game. The only downside to the concerts were they did not serve booze at all. Like, not even soda. Like, you couldn't even get a drink. So I'm like, it was a little weak. Like, you don't need the beer. Like, I'm okay with if you're not drinking beer. But like
a water, soda,
like sell me something, or like popcorn,
you know?
yeah. But it was like a funk band, and they were really good. Like the singer was mediocre, but like the band itself was awesome. But it was all video game themed.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
it was really cool.
Like, dude, if
I remember seeing that band being like, oh, everybody is fucking crushing it except the singer. Singer's trying hard, playing a great part, like. The character, like the acting was great, and like the showmanship was fantastic, but his actual voice was just like
right. And
C+,
then
yes,
yes,
and everyone else was like an A+.
Right. And then the second band was all like 8-bit Metroid music.
It
was fucking rad, dude.
Yeah, as like, upbeat, like dubstep almost, but not like scary, intense, like negative. It was like positive, 8-bit-ish. It was really cool. I forgot that.
And like that's why I can't wait to go back, because like they're like, we didn't go like this year. They have like press parties like afterwards at like local clubs or bars are like doing like a party for press, and like they have bands and stuff. Like I want to do that this time. Like we're gonna be busy.
We missed it last time. I think we were super tired. But
yes,
it was like Thursday night or something.
Yes,
and we had like driven up super early and picked up. Atrax just got off a plane, red eye, and
we wanted to chill with each other. And then we went to that hotel bar. Atrax ordered a mojito in March. The bartender wouldn't make it for him. He had to get some chick from the back to make him his drink. Like he was like, I didn't make that. Like I had it was a whole thing.
The other girl do it. It was funny.
It was but I can't wait to go back. It's literally a month and 3 weeks away.
Yeah, we gotta book the hotel room. God damn.
Yeah, we do. We got to book that same hotel room. But what's nice is this time, we're going a full day Thursday, full day Friday, and then we're gonna stay the day for the show on Saturday and come home Saturday night. I'm really looking forward to it this year.
Oh, me too.
Because, like, I have the time, and, like, I was actually talking to, I don't know who I was talking to about it, and I'm like, this is the one weekend a year where it's me. And, like, I get to go be with Nick, and, like, Atrax is coming back. It's just great. And I'm just saying, not having to pay for the passes is really a perk.
Oh, that's a big deal.
Because, like, $300 for the weekend.
Yeah, that's that means you can, like, splurge a little bit on the hotel,
or when you're driving, or when you've got to go for a walk to the package store, and Nick and Atrax are telling you it's 45 minutes away, and dude, we've been walking for 5 minutes. Like, shut up. That's
probably the most shit I've talked like consistently for like 10 or 15 minutes straight. I think it was probably a total like a 15-minute walk from the hotel. We went to a package store one of the first-ish nights, and Marcus was like, had his GPS out telling us where to go. And yeah, Atrax and I just fucking berated. It was like 30 seconds in. It's like, oh. It's like, I thought you said it was 5 minutes away. If it's been like 10 minutes already, 2 minutes in. It's like, dude, we've been walking for 20 minutes. Like, where are we going? I was
fucking enraged, man.
We're going to be, where's this liquor store in Canada? And you've been walking for an hour and a half.
Right.
It's like my shoes have no soles left.
I'm looking forward to fucking with you in real life. Just in person, being able to do that.
Well, that's why you got to tell your company, make sure you come to Boston that weekend.
Okay.
But listen, as soon as you know, let me know, and I'll get you a ticket.
Okay.
I'll get you a pass for that day.
Okay.
Because even if you can't go to the convention because you're working, you can come with us at night to like the concerts and play games with us inside the expo hall. I don't know if you heard on the show when we were talking about, like, we found that like old original Xbox tank game tournament.
I remember that.
Like, me and Atrax just fell into this room, and we legit sat there and loved every minute of these guys fucking cranking on these machines. Eject, they're banging on this shit. It was awesome. Like, I can't, like, just talking about it, like the prep for PAX to come, I can't wait. Anyways, So we're running a little late, but it's time for working class questions.
Working class questions.
Duft asks, what was the first time a game made you cry?
I don't know that a game has actually made me cry.
Oh, I definitely me.
I've got one.
I got a movie, and then I'll give an honorable mention because it's just something I wanted to talk about earlier that I didn't quite.
You have a game, Rhaiu?
I do.
What game?
Detroit Become Human.
Ooh, that's a good game.
Okay, mine is the counterpart to that, Heavy Rain.
Oh, same studio. That's
Same
cool.
exact studio. Like, so the guy, the dad, one of his kids die, and he like spins into a tailspin, and that guy was a wreck. I legit cried.
I get it.
Mine was just the culmination of all three of those stories, and just everything coming together just fucking rips you, man.
Yep.
I was gonna say I didn't. Again, I don't think I've actually cried at a game, but I felt a lot of emotion at playing BioShock Infinite because I played. There's a twist in the original BioShock, but it was kind of spoiled for me because I played it so far after the fact.
Would you kindly?
Yeah. Would you? Yeah. That twist. And so in Infinite, it has I honestly felt like the impact of that twist in that game was bigger, and then going to play the Buried at Sea DLCs 1 and 2 was just like so heavy emotionally, of like Elizabeth's story arc with Booker's story arc combining with Comstock's story arc. It was just that whole series. It was amazing. And quick sidebar: the game director for all the BioShock games, Ken something or Keith something, I forgot his name. They have a new game called Judas that just the trailer got released at the PlayStation Showcase this week. But I would say big emotional impact like that would be the BioShock series. Like the ending of BioShock Infinite in particular got me. Like I was old enough to like emotionally understand it, and like that that just felt very heavy to me, and it made a big impact.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I thought of one more.
Go ahead.
The Kingdom Hearts series, as far as you were saying, series wise, the whole Kingdom Hearts series, just everything. That was a game that I grew up with my dad, and we waited until Kingdom Hearts 3 released all these years later. Just that tugs at my heart every single time I play it.
Yeah. My honorable mention would be the Mass Effect series. And not because I cried, it was because it was like real stakes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was do or do not. Like you had to save, like the Reapers are coming. You know what I mean? And like all the bad shit and like all the deception. And it was like real, like there were real repercussions for everything going on. And for me, it was definitely the Mass Effect series.
Yeah, the Mass Effect series did a good job with like that emotional weight to like the stakes. In a way, a lot of other games don't. It's like something about it's like, oh fuck, the Reapers are going to kill everything unless you piece this shit together to figure it out. Yeah.
The other thing too is to like say like an emotional part is like beating a nightmare raid boss in Star Wars: The Old Republic after you fight that boss for months trying to figure out the mechanics to win, and you finally beat that boss for the first time. Literally, I've had tears in my eyes that like, oh my God, we did it. And then once you beat it, it's fucking easy. But that first
because
clear,
you know the dance,
right? Yeah. That first clear, and it's almost like that with Elden Ring. You fight something over and over and over again, and then you get it, and it's like, I fucking did it. You know what I mean? Like, I've always been a story player. Like the games that are on story mode, like play it on easy just because I want the story. But really, what I've done is I've cheated myself out of quality. You know, like I'm gonna play Jedi Fallen Survivor eventually, or whatever it's called.
So, yeah, on like a hard difficulty.
Grandmaster, son.
Dude, it's hard as fuck.
It's very hard.
Hey, listen.
Hard as fuck.
Hey, I'm going to tell you right now, it ain't as hard as Elden Ring, dog.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't played Elden Ring like you have.
Right.
I should go play it, but I'm just saying.
Like-
I will say, the game also was fucked up when I was playing it.
Yes, it was.
Losing a
Yeah.
lot of frames and shit.
Yeah.
So, if I went back, it'd probably be a little easier because that's a little more optimized now with patches.
But dude, if I beat Elden Ring, or when I beat Elden Ring, like that game is got the same mechanics, but it's not going to be like that game.
yeah, no, if you finish Elden Ring and then go play Jedi Survivor,
Yeah.
It'll be easier.
It'll be a lot easier.
Yeah,
I bet
really.
you'd really enjoy Survivor. Yeah, that's what you should just play next. Like once you finish Elden Ring, go play Jedi Survivor on Grandmaster, and then go back and play DLC.
I really want
or
to play
something.
Bloodborne.
Well, sure.
Unless they release Demon Souls on the PC.
Well, I'm just saying, as a mix-in, I think the mechanics are similar enough in that game that you would enjoy it a lot.
Yeah.
Now that you like the Souls-like games.
Oh, I love them. All right, so Duft also asks, will you ever stop playing?
My quick answer is no. Definitely
No.
not. I'll transit. I'm sure when I'm like old, like, you know, so old that like arthritis starts to take over my hands, like 70s, 80s, whatever age that is, I'll probably switch to a controller instead of mouse and keyboard and stuff. Excuse me, but no, definitely never stop playing.
I find myself that when I get older and like I can't play, that's when I'll really like dive into an MMO, because they're like the mechanics of the game is a lot easier to play.
Yeah, it doesn't rely so much as like your skill with the controller
Right.
buttons.
It's
but
more of like, okay, you got to hit 1, 2, 3, or with a controller, like you can play Final Fantasy 14 or Elder Scrolls Online with a controller. Like you
Yeah.
could easily do that and grind away, and it's never physically demanding or like mentally demanding.
Yeah.
Like obviously, if you're doing raids, it's a different story, but like for the most part, you know.
Yeah, like when I retire, I don't foresee myself like playing golf a lot. I mean, I probably will also do that, but like I'll probably just play a lot of video games if I had to guess.
Yeah.
It all depends on where the road takes you.
I know, but that's like as like a big hobby. I can't foresee myself not playing a lot of video games, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think like playing video games has been so much a part of our lives growing up that just because we've gotten older and we can't, react to Call of Duty or these high intense games like we used to, that we're gonna stop doing it. Like we're gonna find ways to still bring it. Like for God's sake, if it's me playing Animal Crossing with my great grandkids, I don't give a shit. I'm still gonna
Right.
be playing a game.
Exactly. Come over to Grandpa's house to play games. Like I'll have all the consoles.
Right.
I'll eat fucking spam, and but that fixed income will buy all the new consoles.
There you
Damn
go.
it, for the
For sure.
grandkids.
Yeah, for sure.
What's our last question?
It's from Atrax. He said, what's the most you've spent at Tractor Supply?
I feel targeted with that question.
I've never been to I don't even think there is a Tractor Supply around here.
Nick, there's a few. But that's my point. I never went to Tractor Supply until I started this job a year ago, and I think I've spent like $30. It's the dumbest fucking store ever. Like, there's 0 point to that store. You can go to Home Depot or you can go to Lowe's or a lumberyard and get the same shit.
I mean, now if this question was Harbor Freight, that's a different story.
Right.
Because like Harbor Freight has some deals on some stuff, and I will say, since I've been renovating, I went there for the first time in my whole life. I bought like 12 things,
And it was like $39.99 for those 12 things.
Exactly. I bought like a putty knife. I bought one of those toolboxes that like has like the soft hand, like it's a toolbox that's like open. You know what I mean? It's like a tool basket almost.
Yeah.
With, like all the pockets around it. I bought this magnetic little bowl that looks like a doggy bowl. Like
to hold
water
your
bowl.
screws.
Hold your screws. That thing is fucking awesome. How many times we could have used that when we were doing siding and fucking finished cabinetry or whatever stuff I was working with you however many years ago when we started the podcast. Oh, it's fucking stupid. They definitely had those. You know how much that thing was? It was $2.
Yeah,
it was
it's fantastic.
$1.90. It was
It's a great
$1.99 at the register. I'm
It's
like,
a great
are you
tool.
It wasn't in the budget.
Are you fucking kidding me? And then I bought like, I don't know, some bungee cords, which were
Nice.
$4 for like 12 of them. Just a bunch of stuff that was cheap. It was like awesome. And I bought a tarp for $3. It's like a 8x12.
Oh. All right, Rhaiu, what's the most you ever spent at Tractor Supply?
Too damn much. Way too damn much.
At one time?
I mean, at one time in general. So, like, because for us here, Tractor Supply carries I have two 100-pound apiece dogs that they eat a lot. It's like having two extra kids. So, Tractor Supply has the larger bins of dog food that we use. They also carry, Good Genes, and they carry Carhartt. So I get it on a regular basis, and they have boots and tools, and I spend a lot of fucking money at Tractor Supply.
That's the difference between New England and North Carolina right there.
Oh, yeah. Well, Rhaiu, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you guys for having me.
What are you guys talking about in here?
Find out next episode of Working Class Nerds.